know my Lovelies. So I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do it. I don't know whether I should do it overhead style. It's my Shop My Stash video for December, really, December/January. I know what I'm going to be doing, so this is going to be different. So let's just do the introduction. So we're going to be doing a different kind of Shop My Stash going forward. I'm still going to keep my Project Pan items in here, but what I'm going to be doing, do you know how I did the Project Pan 10 uses? I'm just going to be bringing 10 items in to concentrate on the Shop My Stash, instead of bringing a whole bunch of Shop My Stash products in and also the Project 10 uses, just so I get more use out of my collection, and I'm continuously rotating. I don't know if it's going to be a month long, so I don't know if it's going to carry on until the end of January. Once I've used all those products 10 times, I can then do another Shop My Stash. So it could be 2 weeks, because I do put makeup on a lot. So I'll put makeup on if I'm not sick or anything like that. I'll do makeup every single day. I'll do live streams mainly every single day as well. I've gotten back to doing that again. So what I need to show you is what I've been using in November/December, because we're now in January. Happy New Year, guys, by the way. If you wasn't in my live stream, I have put a post on to say Happy New Year to all you guys. I hope 2026 is an amazing one for you. So I'm going to show you the overhead, and then we'll just pull products out and I'll show you what I've used, what I've not used. Can you see just how much is in here? This is just too much. Even for a month it's too much, especially if I have Project 10 uses and all my other Project Pans that I want to do in 2026. So let me show you. I'll show you what Project Pan is, what was in Shop My Stash last month, and we'll talk about what I used and what I didn't use, and if I'm rolling anything over. I don't think I'm going to roll anything over, especially if I'm doing the Project Pan 10 uses. So how am I going to do this? I don't normally do it this way. Let's do it the Shop My Stash way. Let's try and do base. Okay, so this isn't really Shop My Stash though. So I'm going to show you base, but a lot of those products are Project Pan. So for instance, I cut this one open, not yesterday, the day before. It's got not that much product in. You can see though where the kind of plastic is that I put in there. So the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Skin Blurring Serum, I want to use the rest of that, and then I'm going to pull a different primer. I'll probably pull a different primer in this video. Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac. Again, this is Project Pan. I used this 2 days ago and it literally wasn't coming out, so I will leave it in. And if it does that, I don't think I'm going to cut it open. I really don't. I don't want to get all messy. I don't think there's any need to get messy. But I would have thought that there would have been more windowing, and there's not really. There's a bit of windowing here. Blink and you miss it, but that's that one. I pulled this in for Shop My Stash last month, which is the PS Primark Strobing Highlighter Cream. That's going back in the collection. We've got the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I'm not going to show it you because I want to show you the progress in Project Pan, but trust me when I say I'm doing really quite well with it. We've also got the New Look Glow Highlighter Stick, which I'm doing extremely well with as well. I need a brush now to dig that out. Would you do that, guys? I've asked this question before. I'll just show you. I'll show you the progress on this one. Right, so that's it there. Would you dig that out with a brush, or would you just call it done? I'd like to know from all you Project Panners. So that's staying in. We've got a couple of eyeshadow bases here. So this one's fairly new. Well, not new, but I put it new into the collection because I used the other one up. The other one was a Juvia's Place primer, and no more would come out of it. You'll see that in empties really, really soon. So Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This one is for shimmers. So this one is a Technique Glitter Primer. It's quite good. It's not my favourite primer. Once I've used this, I'm going to go and get my W7 primer from eBay, because that's my favourite that I've tried so far. I've not tried the NYX one, but NYX gives me horror stories actually, because I'll show you. This bit on the primer with NYX, everyone that I know says it's come off. and they've had to put it in a pot, and then the pot eventually dries out. The primer in the pot eventually dries out, and I just think NYX is expensive as it is. Like, these ones are like £3 or £4, and the W7 one is the same, so I'd rather go and get one of those ones rather than get NYX. Anyway, long story short, we've got a couple of lip products here. I think this one's going back into my collection. The Maybelline Superstain Matte Ink. I didn't think I'd be keeping it. There's going to be a theme in this video. This shade is Pioneer. They do Pioneer, but this one's limited edition. I mean, this one is Leo, the horoscope Leo, so that can go back in the collection. Fenty Beauty, this is Project Pan now, and I'll show you why. This shade is it Fussy? Don't know if any of you guys have experienced this, but the silver thing wasn't rolling up properly. So I either had to like take it out, or I just wouldn't be able to use a lipstick, and it's too expensive. I think they're £23 not to use it. So yeah, that's a makeup use up. I want to use that up completely. Then we got so this is Project Pan so far. So Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, looks like that. I'll show you how much we've got in this. Not even half. Down here we've got about a quarter left, so that's staying in. The She Lamb Tim Burton's Corpse Bride, I use that around Halloween. This is beautiful. Look at the packaging on this, and then that's what it looks like. It's like a white to blue shift, so that'll go back into my collection now. You know, I don't even know what I'm going to pull out in the Project 10 uses. I don't know whether I want to pull the face palette out. I've got a face palette though, which we'll get to in a minute, or just pull out individual products. So I'll show you that in a minute. So we've got now MAC Mineralized Soft and Gentle. So that's Project Pan. We've also got Colourpop Lunch Money Project Pan. Don't have to go too much into this. I also use this, I think in December, that one, the Maybelline Superstain Matte Ink in the shade Heroin. They're just really, really nice lipsticks, and they stay on quite well. And then I haven't used this. This actually was at my sister's. It came out of my bag, and my sister noticed Luna. I put a picture of Luna here. She's a border collie. She was protecting it with her paw, and my sister said, "What are you doing? What's that you've got, Luna?" And she thought it was my niece's, and my niece said, "It's not mine." So yeah, I got it back. I didn't even know I'd left it there. What is the shade of this one? Girl, You're Whipped. And what they actually go on like is, do you know the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams? They're just like it. It's really, really nice formula. So that's going back in the collection. Right, I did use this one time, so I'm happy to put this back in. I wanted to use it more. So it's a Rare Beauty in the shade Happy. My friend Lisa bought it for me. My friend Naomi bought me this. I always get confused because my friend Naomi bought me this, and then Lisa bought me the highlighter. But I didn't pull that out last month. I used that Rare Beauty with this. So I'll put this cream blush on underneath it. This one can go back as well. This one is in the shade Dusty Pink, so that can go back in my collection. I also use this quite a bit, this LYS Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush in the shade Grateful. It's really, really pretty. And that's like a dusty pink as well. I don't think I used it with the Rare Beauty one. Did I use it with this? I don't know if I even used this one. It doesn't matter anyway. I don't want to keep it out. I don't want to keep anything out just because we're doing that Project 10 uses. I'll trial it, and if you guys don't like it, tell me. But I don't get enough views on my Shop My Stashes anyway. I mean, I'm grateful for the views that I get. But it's not like anyone says to me, "Oh, I don't like the way you've done this, this and this." Anyway, this one's going back. I think my friend Morag bought it for me. It can get pulled out at a later date. I'm not decluttering it or anything like that. Then we've got the Odin's Eye Peach Gleam. I used this a couple of times. I really like it. This was on the chopping block as well at one stage. It's going nowhere. So that looks like that. Oh yeah, I pulled this in as well. This e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blush in Blaze. Oh, it's so nice. So I used this underneath and then I topped it off with the Odin's Eye in Peach Gleam. It's so pretty. So that will go back into my collection as well. Oops, the top's fallen. Okay, so we're coming up to something that could potentially be decluttered. I don't know whether to keep it in just to see if I can use it. So we've got the Benefit Butterfly. I don't know, guys. I mean, it's not going to be part of Project 10 Uses or anything like that. I don't want to use this 10 times because I don't think I like it. But I might just keep it in to use it once and see how I feel about it. If I'm going to keep that in, though, I really should keep this in or something like it. We'll keep that in as well for now. Then we've got a couple of Clinique blushers. These are really pretty. So, Clinique in the shade Ginger Pop. I bought this one. It's years old at this point, guys. So stunning. I use that with the e.l.f. Luminous blush as well in Blaze. And then this Clinique Topaz Pop I used with the LYS cream blush. And that's absolutely stunning as well. My friend Naomi bought that for me. Both of them can go back in the collection. I've not been using this. I need to start using it. I'm not putting it in the Project Pan 10 Uses though, I don't think. Oh, they're falling everywhere. Looking at these She Glam sticks, there's one missing. I have 3 in here at all times. I hope I find it. I mean, my favourites here. Rosy Gems, and then there's Lilac Luster. But I have more of a bronzy shade. Anyway, I'll have to look for that later on. So, I do want to finish this one up, and this is the same as the New Look Glow Highlighter Stick. It's pretty much finished, guys. I'll show you. I've been digging it out with a brush. Again, it's not going to be part of Project 10 Uses, I don't think. If I can't find 10 products, then yeah, possibly. So that's that. So the products I'm going to show you now were part of the That's Expensive Project Pan. I'm not doing that project this year. As far as I know, at this point in January, I'm not doing it. Anyway, we've got the Dior Rosy Glow in the shade Petal. Now, you can't really see it on camera, but there's quite a big dip here. So I do want to continue with that. But I do have a face palette, so yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about blushes. And then we've got this Glowish by Huda Beauty as well. And that's a face powder I've been working on in that project. And then the face palette is the Hourglass one. I was working on it last year. We did really well with it last year. I finished the finishing powder and the bronzer I'm really working on now at the moment. So I don't need to pull a bronzer in the Project 10 Uses. The blushers, I wouldn't mind actually trying to have more progress on them because they're really high. If you look compared to the bronzer, it's not that high, the bronzer's more flattened. So I do want to work on the Hourglass palette in 2026 and hopefully we can make some serious progress with that. I can finish the bronzer. And we've got a couple of MAC lipsticks here. I think these are just going back in the collection. So we've got MAC Whirl. This one's really pretty. A really nice autumnal lipstick, and I wore this the other day. This MAC Velvet Teddy. There isn't too much left. Could actually put that in a project pan, but I'm not going to do it yet until I've used the Fenty Beauty. Only one lipstick at a time goes into my project pans, so they will go back into my collection. I felt something. What's down there? Oh, there it is, the other one. Don't know what I was doing in that section. Okay. Right, so now we've got eye products like mascaras and things like that. And I do have 3 mascaras. These are to be used. So we've got the Essence of False Lashes Mascara Extreme Volume and Curl. And 17 Bigger Better Lash. So these will be used up soon. I've had them a while. And then influencer sent me the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes. I really like this more than I like these two. Would I buy it again though? I don't know, because of the price. Even the mini's like £10, and then this is, I think, £21. If I saw it at a really good deal, then yeah, I probably would, because I do really like it. I think I'm going to keep these lip products in and just use them as and when. So they're all Profusion. I got them last year for Christmas. So we've got the Profusion in the shade Mauve lip liner, and then in the shade Rose. I have used them a few times. And then we've got this Profusion Lip Plump in Marigold. It really does remind me of the Tarte Maracuja ones. And then this one's a liquid. I do want to get a little bit more use. So rather than putting them back in my collection, I may as well put them in that little section there. This one's going back in the collection though. I really like this Fenty Beauty one. I think this is in the shade Riri. Yeah, Riri. So that can go back in the collection. I need to try and use this Pat McGrath Labs Intensifies Artistry wand. It's supposed to only keep it 6 months. I know I've had it a lot longer than 6 months. If I don't like it, if it feels too tacky or anything like that, then it can get decluttered. Because I tint my brows, I mean, they're probably going to need doing soon again, I use brow gel. And it's a clear brow gel. So I got this recently, wouldn't recommend it guys, won't buy it again. So it's the collection, Colour Lash 3-in-1 brow and lash gel. I don't know why it's a 3-in-1. Probably because it's brows, eyelashes, and it's got protein in it. It doesn't say really. It just says clear brow and lash gel with 3-in-1 application. What? 3-in-1 application? What do they mean? That's not a 3-in-1 application, is it? But it does come in like this. I don't know what they mean. Anyway, I'm going to finish it off and then I won't repurchase it again. I need to use this as well. Catrice Caffeine Kick Under Eye Serum, 2% caffeine cooling effect. It won't be an issue for me to use it up. I really do like this. I stopped using it in the summer just because I was getting bites under my eyes, but I don't know if that was from this or from my other skincare that I was using. So this will stay in my little bag here. I need to use this little Innisfree Daily UV Defense Sunscreen. This is SPF 30. It won't take me long to get through that. So there's a bit of skincare in there as well. I think I'm going to be doing a skincare project pan separately. So you might see that again in that project. I'm going to show you again now what we've got left in the basket, and then we're going to go and shop my stash. Right, so that's all been put away, but I've just remembered I've got some Too Faced eye and face palettes. I don't want to use the eye products, but I want to use the, I think there's a blusher and a bronzer. I definitely want to use those. So we're using face palettes, I guess, because I was supposed to pull all this out for Christmas and use it around that time. And even though Christmas has been and gone, I do want to use these products up. Well, not up, but I want to use them a little bit more than I have been. So I'll do the overhead of what's in my little basket so you can see the before and after. There's still a lot in because a lot of it, like I said, is project pan. Some of it is a couple of things I want to see if I like them, and if not, then I'll just declutter them or pass them on to someone. Yeah, that's really that. So let me show you. At the moment it's looking like that, so you can see it's more project pan. I didn't show you this because I couldn't see it, but I want to use that again and just see, because I didn't use it last month because it was hiding. Let's just put it there so I will see it. The brushes won't stay there. They're just new brushes that I got for Christmas. Of course, the Benefit Butterfly blush, I want to give it a try. I don't think I've ever had that on my cheeks. So yeah, I do want to give it a try. These are all my She Glam like sticks for the eyes. They're really good. I do recommend those. And like I said, we'll probably need a new foundation at some point when I do the Shop My Stash, because I don't think there's a lot left. I don't want to pull another one at this point. And also potentially a concealer. And what was that other thing? Oh yeah, primer. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave that as is for the moment, and then obviously if I do need those things, I will write it down on my journal for next month, and we'll get to start all over again, and I'll tell you how many uses I got on everything. That's what it's looking like at the moment. Project pan back there as well. So there's a lot of project pan here. I just want to use things up. So let's go and get my makeup for this go around. Okay, so this is where all my face palettes are. That's the first one I want to pull in. If it gets a bit dark, I'm sorry about that, guys. It's quite early in the morning. Too Faced Peppermint Mocha. I will show you what it looks like when I get to my desk. The next one and the final one is the Too Faced Gingerbread Cookie. Now, this is for bronzer only, and the other one was for blush only. Let's pull a highlight. I absolutely adore this, and 10 more uses and we'll have much more progress. I've hit pan on it already, so let's pull the Benefit Cookie. So that's already 3 things. I don't know if I want to include palettes into the Project 10 uses. Ooh, I think, am I just going to do face? This is tricky. I hadn't really thought this out, because I know there's some new products that I really want to bring in as well. So I want to bring this in as well, because it's got like a topper, it's got a cream, and it's got powder, and it's new. My sister bought me this for Christmas, and I don't know if I want to bring it in for 10 times though. Yeah, if I bring it in for 10 times, I'll really know how I feel about it, won't I? And my sister bought me the matching powder, so I wouldn't mind bringing that in as well. I'll still be able to use the Huda Beauty one. So yeah, that's another 2 products to be used 10 times. Okay, so we've got Morphe Cloud Light Soft Glow Veil in the shade Dawn, 10 times for that as well. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 more products. I wouldn't mind pulling out some kind of glowy product. I'm being drawn to this Say, to be honest. That's pretty new in the collection. Saucy Encore Beauty. I've got a CoverGirl one, but then I just think to myself, should I be using something older? Hang on. Actually forgot about this one. This is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury as well. Don't worry about this. I know it looks watery. It's because it's been laid down here. I'll shake it up in a minute. Shake it up, but it seems to have settled. So I do want to use it. Maybe not necessarily 10 times. If I don't feel good about it, if I feel like it's gone bad, I will declutter this into the bin. But I've not used it in a long time, and I've not even had it that long. So it's the PS My Perfect colour in the shade Buttermilk. So let's use this. I think, yeah, I only paid £3, so it really wouldn't surprise me if it's gone bad. It's separated here. I've shaken it up and it's still not doing anything. But yeah, we're going to try it. If I like it, we'll use it 10 times. If not, I'll come back into this little section here and choose something else. So I've changed my mind, guys. Instead of doing Project 10 uses, it's going to be Project 6 uses. So Shop My Stash, Project 6 uses on all the products I've just shown you. And then we're going to do the No Pan Left Behind style on eyeshadows. Because if I would have brought the eyeshadow palettes, and I know there's more than 4, so it would have worked out, I don't know how many, but let me just show you as I went through it. I'll show you what it looks like. So we've got the Too Faced Peppermint Mocha. I really like this blush. It's nice and pink. I'm not really concentrating on these shades up here. I don't like them, so yes, we'll be using that. I don't know where I'm going to put these, guys, to be honest. Then we've got the Too Faced Gingerbread Cookie bronzer. The eyeshadows in this one are slightly nicer, so if I get the chance, I might use Winter Dream. That's a really pretty purple. And then up here, we've got Gingerbread. So if you'd like to see some looks with this palette, eye and face, let me know in the comments. I mean, I might still do it anyway in a live stream. So we've got those. Then I went into my like blusher drawer and got this out. So we've got the Morphe Blind Date Cheek Frills Multi-Finish Face Trio palette. My sister got me this. So it says, capture how skin looks in life's most thrilling moments with this multi-finish face trio featuring 3 textures, a satin cream, a luminous balm and a velvet powder in monochromatic tones. Mix and match for custom colours, effects and finishes. Now that I've read that out to you, I don't need to keep the box. Got really, really nice packaging. So it's a pink one I've got. I did actually think about getting another one, but I want to test this one out first. You can see it's never been used, not even been swatched yet. Let's lift this up. So yeah, it does have a bit of a scent to it, not much. So you've got the balm there, kind of a topper there, and then the powder down there. And then we've got the Morphe, what is this? I always forget the name of it because it's that long. So then we've got the Morphe Cloud Light Soft Glow Veil. It says it's in the shade Dawn, Vanilla with Balance in Pink. It's definitely the lightest shade and definitely the shade that I'd need. And it says, set skin in the most flattering light, as if illuminated by a softly blurred cloud diffused glow. This sheer weightless multi-tone powder, featuring light reflecting technology and infused with squalene, shea butter and hyaluronic acid, sweeps on to finish your look with natural radiance. Who does that remind you of? What company does that remind you of? Does it remind you of this? So my friend Tammy has got both of these products by Morphe. And again, you can see that I haven't used that either. I struggle to open this. There we go. That's what it looks like. So I definitely do want to use those 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we've got the Benefit Cookie. I have used this so much. I'd love to use it 10 more times and get more use out of it. Probably will go in a project pan eventually. And then this one, I'm not too sure. This would be 6. I'm not too sure if I'm going to be using this 10 times. If I don't use this one 10 times, I'll bring in a different one. So it's a PS My Perfect Colour Flawless Glow Radiant Glow Primer Foundation Hybrid. It's not a foundation, it's to go underneath your foundation. So yeah, I definitely want to use it and see what I think of it. So that's the face products. I mean, obviously I'm going to be using like my mascaras and things like that. That's already in a different project. Let's go and get the eyeshadow palettes now. Right, what I've just been thinking is I'll do the No Pan Left Behind video in a separate video because it's a project pan video. That's probably going to go up after this one. I'm going to show you though what all this looks like in my basket. Do you know the Shop My Stash that I had pulled? And then in the next video it will be the No Pan Left Behind. So keep an eye out for that. Let me just put everything away that I pulled out for the Project 6 uses. Still got so much in it. Let's pull these palettes off. So that's what we're looking like. There's a lot going on, isn't there? The only thing I can do with these is put them here or put them in with my eyeshadow palettes. And I just feel like I won't use them if doing with my eyeshadow palettes. So at least if they're on top like that, I know it looks a bit of a mess, I will use them. So, or I could like just put all my Project 6 pans in a basket and focus on using them first and then focus on using my Shop My Stash. That's what I did with the Project 10 uses. So I don't know what I'm going to do in regards to that. I'll let you know in next month's video or whenever I come back to do another Shop My Stash. So yeah, I go off here now and do the No Pan Left Behind challenge for the eyeshadow palettes that I've pulled. Thank you so much for watching. Please hype the video. It really does help my channel get out there. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.